You are in a meeting or standing at the front of a room. Dozens of eyes are fixed on you. The air feels heavy. Your heart is pounding so loudly you could hear it in your ears. Your palms are slightly damp. You smell coffee in the room. The paper in your hands is shaking. And in that moment, one silent prayer runs through your mind. Please, just let me get through this without messing it up. That moment is where most talk die. But it's also the exact moment where a story can bring an entire room to life. Think about it for a second. You can get an entire presentation, every slide, every statistics, every bullet point, yet remember one story from it for years. You remember the sound of the speaker's voice, cracking with emotion, the color of the scene they painted, the feeling you had when they said, in that moment, everything changed. That is the power of storytelling in public speaking. And when you learn how to use it, people do not just listen to you, they feel you, they remember you, and they act on what you say. Hi, I am Dr. Chris Aniche, the CEO of SS Public Speaking Academy. At SS Public Speaking Academy, people come to transform their fears into confidence, ideas into influence, and their lived experiences into powerful message that moves the room, wins opportunity, and opens the door. In this video, you are going to learn how to tell your story so people actually listen, not through complicated theory, not through performance trick, but through a simple practical structure you can use in your very next meeting or pitch or even presentation. By the end, you will have a clear story formula and a clear next step if you want support crafting your own signature story with us at SS Public Speaking Academy. Think back to a talk you truly loved. You probably do not remember the slide 7 or bullet point 3. What you remember is this: the moment the speaker describes sitting alone in their car, gripping the steering wheels, fighting back tears, the smell of the hospital corridor, the sharp crack of a judge's gavel, the hum of a fluorescent light in an office late at night. Your brain is not wired for bullet points. It is wired for images, sounds, textures, and emotions. Stories are now how human beings have always made sense of the world. They activate more parts of the brain than facts alone ever could. So when you speak without stories, you fight biology, and your audience attention span simply disappears. When you speak with stories, you align with how the brain naturally works. Here is a simple three-part structure you can use in almost any talk. Problem, structure, breakthrough. I repeat, problem, structure, breakthrough. Problem set the scene with senses. First, make the problem visible. Paint it so clearly that your audience can see it, hear it, and smell it. Instead of saying, I was nervous, say this: my heart was punching against my chest. My mouth felt dried like cotton. I could feel the bead of sweat slowly roll down my back as it started at a sea of faces waiting for me to speak. Now, the audience is not just listening, They are inside the moment with you. Ask yourself, what could I see? What could I hear? What did I feel like in my body? Those details are how you open your story. Two, struggle take us inside the tension. Next, bring us into the internal struggle. This is where the real connection happens. Maybe the voice in your head was saying, if I mess up this, I will blow this opportunity. Everyone in this room is smarter than me. I should never have agreed to this. Share that inner dialogue. When you reveal the tension honestly, your audience lowers their guard. They recognize themselves in you and they lean in. Three, breakthrough. Show the shift. Finally, reveal the moment of change. It does not have to be dramatic, it just has to be real, authentic. For a split second, I remembered something. They were not here to judge my perfection, they were here to receive my message. It took one slow breath, let me my feet on the ground, found one friendly face, and then I began. Describe what shifted, describe what you did, describe what happened next. Did someone come up to you afterwards? Did you land the client, win the case, get the job, or simply prove to yourself that you could do it? That is your breakthrough. You can apply the problem, struggle, breakthrough structure anywhere. In a job interview to show growth through challenge, in business pitches to show transformation before and after working with you, in presentation to explain why your topic genuinely matters. One powerful story in your 7 minute speech will be remembered far longer than an hours of information with no story at all. The goal is not to be dramatic. The goal is to be specific, sensory, and honest. If you're watching this right now, pause for a moment. Think of one defining moment in your life, a crossroad, a failure, a victory, a conversation that changed you. Ask yourself, what was the problem? What was at stake? What was the struggle? What fears or doubts were present? What was the breakthrough? What changed? And what did you do next? That is the raw material of a story that could move someone else. Now, here's the truth. Crafting and delivering stories like this on your own can feel overwhelming. You might be thinking, my life is not interesting enough. I do not know which stories matters. Even if I had one, I would ramble or lose my points. That is exactly why SS Public Speaking Academy exists. At, at the Academy, we help professionals, entrepreneurs, and ambitious individuals identify their stories that demonstrate credibility, character, and value. Shape those stories into a clear, compelling structure. Deliver them with confidence, presence, and emotional impact. Whether in a boardroom, in a courtroom, an interview, or on camera. We do not just teach you what to say, we train you how to say it so people lean forward, not tune out. If you're ready to stop giving forgettable talks, start telling stories people remember, here is your next step. Click the link below this video. Book a free strategic call with SS Public Speaking Academy, where we will map out your signature story and how to use it in your career or even your business. Or you can also download our free resources that walk you through crafting your first high impact story using the exact structure you've learned today. Your experiences are not random, They are raw materials. In the right hand, they become stories that inspire, persuade, and opens the door. My name is Dr. Chris Anichie, the CEO of SS Public Speaking Academy. Your story is already powerful. Now is the time to learn how to tell it so the world cannot ignore it.